Hey there everybody, how's it going? This is John Matthew and you're watching CineManiacs 24/7, the channel dedicated to movies, music, physical media, books, video games and pop culture. Yes, welcome to the fifth video of the Power Rangers series where I'll be discussing the failures and the trials and tribulations of Power Rangers Turbo, the season that is known as one of the worst seasons ever made, and today we're going to dissect the reasons why that is so. Before we even proceed further guys, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the button and the bell icon below, as it helps me make more new content and keep churning out new things on social media. Nonetheless guys, without any further delays, let's begin. Power Rangers Turbo is a very complicated story. It is perhaps one of the worst seasons, like I already mentioned, and a lot of people have a lot of complaints with it. Somebody claims Justin was not the right choice, somebody claims the season was too cheesy, the mid-cast replacement or the mid-season replacement of the cast did not sit well with many. I'll get to all those points eventually. So we'll start off the first point with the movie. That one movie. Turbo, a Power Rangers movie which was supposed to be like the bridge between Zeo and Turbo, was a very bad move. That entire film ended up setting wrong expectations for the entire fan load. Let's be real. That movie was genuinely responsible for screwing up the season very badly. It set up wrong expectations, the tone was too campy, special effects were very cheesy. There were moments where I can even tell that the Piranatrons that they showed in the movie were just human beings. They did not even cover them that well. Maybe that was budgetary constraints or something like that. But nonetheless, other problems like the treatment of the Zeo powers and what exactly happened to them was never even addressed in this TV show. They did not even address it in the movie as well, like I was saying. Lot of problems with continuity, and the ill treatment of the Zeo powers makes me think that this movie was the reason why the season turned out to be very bad, because the expectation setting was wrong. The movie did not set the right kind of expectations and the right kind of, let's say, mood or tonality that the season was supposed to follow. But more on that later anyway. So this concludes my first point of the reason why Power Rangers Turbo was so bad. First off, the movie set really wrong expectations. Number two, the otherwise campy and comical tone. I'll be very real with you. The Japanese interpretation of Power Rangers Turbo was anyway supposed to be like a parody for Super Sentai, and the same thing sort of got translated into the English version as well. No wonder why you see that the English version has too many campy jokes and too many over-the-top sequences that do not make sense otherwise in the Power Rangers continuity. The reason why this entire TV show has an episode where the Rangers are shrunken down and then they're also in a bottle of popcorn or something like that, that is really weird, and I haven't seen the Power Rangers become weirder after this. This is like the pinnacle of weirdness. The campier tone of the original Japanese TV show also made way into its American counterpart as well, which is the reason why the TV show suffered so badly. Nonetheless, this is point number 2, where I discussed why Power Rangers Turbo was bad, which being the campier tone of the series. Number 3, the mid-season replacement of the cast. Let's be very real guys, Tommy and company have been in the Power Rangers family for more than 3-4 seasons at this point now. Alright, but the problem comes up when they're suddenly replaced between Power Rangers Turbo. I guess Turbo had around 40 something episodes, and by the time episodes 18 and 19 roll out, that is almost halfway across the season, the cast is replaced. Tommy, Adam, Tanya and of course Catherine are replaced by new Rangers, DJ, Carlos, Ashley and of course Tracy, if I'm not mistaken. These 4 characters replace our older ones, with the only exceptions of Justin being the Blue Ranger, as he was. More on that in the next couple of points. But I guess this mid-season replacement was not very good. The TRPs must have been dropping, or they just wanted to experiment something new. But guys, that did not work. The amount of connection that we were able to build with Tommy and company over the last 3-4 seasons, that was not possible to build over a period of 20 episodes. And by the way, these season ending was a completely different thing altogether. I might discuss it in this video itself, but the mid-season replacement did not work well with me. It was very difficult to bond with the characters for just over 20 episodes or something like that, which did not make sense. Although the same characters managed to make it into Power Rangers in space, except their leader is Andros now, and that's a different story altogether. But I do think that there were moments in this later half of the TV show that did not make sense because the cast was replaced mid-season. So that concludes point number 3 about the mid-season replacement of the cast. Number 4 is perhaps the most controversial point to exist in the Power Rangers lore, but let's be real, guys. This is the reason why this TV show must have made a lot of headlines. Justin, Blake Foster as the Blue Ranger, who was supposed to be a 13-year-old kid, did not make sense for any fan. The idea that he just grows in size when he becomes a Power Ranger, and by the way, most of the time he's just a kid, that is still not good for me. I just could not agree with the prospect of him being a Power Ranger because he was a 13-year-old kid. For some reason, maybe Savan and company were trying to target a younger demographic of kids, but that just did not sit well. That just did not click the audience that well. In my opinion, this was a very bad move, if you ask me. Really, really bad move. The problem being that a kid being a Power Ranger did not convince people enough. And I genuinely think this was one of the big reasons why Power Rangers Turbo has such a bad name. Justin is not exactly Rocky by any stretch of the truth, and although we do get a mention of him in Power Rangers in Space as well, where Mountain Blaster gives him a new morpher and he still continues his turbo powers anyway, that did not sit well. Nonetheless, this is point number 4, where I talked about Justin ruining the entire series because he was a kid, apparently. Point number 5 could easily be the finale. The finale is very exceptional. This is the only time when the Power Rangers are defeated, their Megazords are destroyed, and their powers are all gone. The turbo powers were never really supposed to be very strong. They were far less stronger than the Zeo powers anyway. The mid-season replacements and of course Chase into Space part 1 and 2 is more like a culmination episode. It culminates into Power Rangers in Space, a completely new season altogether. But that did not sit well with me. The concept was good, the idea was good, but for some reason I just did not like it that much. The Power Rangers being defeated and then they chase Divatox into space to prevent her from bringing any bigger threats to planet Earth. Okay, has a good potential, but nonetheless just didn't click well with me. The overall Power Rangers Turbo was a very bad situation. Very, very bad situation. Poorly written characters, poorly written plots, campier tone, the Blue Ranger, the movie, and of course, how can we even forget the mid-season replacement? The mid-season replacement is perhaps the biggest reason why this season turned out to be so bad. So bad. But although I'd like to differ here that there are parts in the TV show that were good as well. The automotive theme of the TV show really worked well. And on top of that, the theme song was good enough if you can really believe it so. But that's it. That's just it. So this was the entire video behind why Power Rangers Turbo was so bad. It was very short, sweet and crisp. I didn't want to drag it that long. In a sense, a movie that managed to set up bad expectations for a TV show coupled by campy tones, mid-season replacements, a child Blue Ranger, and of course the villain Divatox. I might make a special section on her sometime soon on the channel, probably even write a blog or maybe a short video if that's possible. So this is the entire video for the day, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have till this point, means a lot to me. Please keep buying films on physical media. That's the best and the most amazing way to protect movies for long. Stay safe, bye bye, and Godspeed.